When you're 3 goals down, the world counts you out. When the clock strikes 90, they say it's finished. But this is Real Madrid, the club built on miracles, the team that transforms heartbreak into history. 6 Champions League titles in the last 11 seasons, the undisputed kings of the UEFA Champions League. Between 1956 and 1960, they did what no one else has ever done, winning 5 European Cups in a row. At Real Madrid, there's an expectation. No matter how deep the hole, no matter how tough the night, we can come back. That's what defines them. Remember 92-48, the despair, the silence, and then Ramos rising above everyone. That header taking Madrid into extra time and into legend. Moments like that aren't luck, they're belief. There's a remontada in all of us. Because remontada isn't just a word, it's who they are. It's a legend that the European Cup belongs to Madrid. Because, in Europe, death arrives in the form of a white bus, and no team wants to see it. The kings of comebacks. And tonight, we're counting down the 5 most breathtaking fightbacks from the kings of European football. Can you guess which is number 1? Number 5. Real Madrid 2, Bayern Munich 1 in 2024. You always dream of being part of moments like this, said the 34-year-old Joselu after the match. Not even my best dreams were as good as this. And truly, no dream could have written the script this perfect. Real Madrid pulled off yet another breathtaking Champions League miracle, turning heartbreak into hysteria as they stunned Bayern Munich 2-1 on the night and 4-3 on aggregate. Alphonso Davies' brilliant strike had put Bayern ahead, and for nearly 88 minutes, it looked like Madrid were out. But under the Bernabeu lights, the story is never over until Madrid say so. The first half was tight, tense, and goalless, despite both sides creating golden chances. Madrid came roaring into the second half, desperate for a breakthrough. In the 60th minute, Vini Jr. cut inside and unleashed a rocket that forced Neuer into yet another world-class save. But 9 minutes later, Bayern struck. And how? Kane found Davies down the left, and the Canadian danced past Rodrygo before unleashing a rising thunderbolt across Lunin and into the top corner. Bayern led. The Bernabeu fell silent. Real thought they were level on 72 minutes when Valverde's strike deflected off delete and hit the net, but VAR cruelly ruled it out. Still, Madrid refused to bow. With 82 minutes gone, Rodrygo sent a vicious cross that Vini Jr. blasted just over the bar. It felt like hope was slipping away, but Real Madrid never die. They rise. Then, in the 88th minute, chaos, disbelief, euphoria. Vini Jr.'s low shot was spilled by Neuer, and Joselu, the unlikeliest of heroes, pounced, smashing it home from close range. 1-1 on the night, 3-3 on aggregate. The Bernabeu erupted. The dream was alive again. But Real weren't done. 2 minutes later, the ball slipped to Rodrygo on the left, who drilled in a low cross. Joselu again, slamming home from close range. Offside flag up. The stadium froze. Then VAR checked, and the decision came. Goal. The Real bench emptied in pure pandemonium. 2 touches, 2 goals. Joselu had written his name into Madrid folklore. As Jude Bellingham said, we've seen it so many times this season. When it looks like we're dead and buried, someone always finds a way. That mentality of never say die. The legend of Real Madrid lives on, and that night it wore the name Joselu. Number 4. Real Madrid 3, Paris Saint-Germain 1 in 2022. When we press, we can beat any team. It's about pressing as a team, everyone in their position, and with the fans behind us. Every game is a final for us in the league and the Champions League. Today, Real Madrid are alive. That was the mood at the Bernabeu, and alive they were. Karim Benzema's second-half hat-trick didn't just win a football match, it sparked a resurrection. From 2-0 down on aggregate to a 3-2 victory, Real Madrid sent Paris Saint-Germain crashing out of Europe in one of the most electrifying comebacks in Champions League history. Both teams began with intensity, but PSG looked sharper early on. Thibaut Courtois was forced into action twice to deny the ever-dangerous Kylian Mbappe. Then, after 25 minutes, it was Gianluigi Donnarumma's turn to shine, producing a stunning fingertip save from Benzema's long-range rocket that had the Bernabeu grasping. Less than 10 minutes later, PSG thought they'd struck. Mbappe found the net with his trademark calm, only for the flag to go up. Nuno Mendes offside, disallowed, but Real's relief was short-lived. 5 minutes later, Mbappe broke free again, timed his run to perfection, and slotted past Courtois with ruthless precision. PSG were 2 goals clear on aggregate. The tie looked dead and buried. After the break, Mbappe again had the ball in the net. Another brilliant finish, again offside. Madrid were hanging by a thread. PSG were in cruise control, stroking the ball around like it was a training session. But then, the spark. Donnarumma hesitated. Benzema pounced. Like a predator, he forced the keeper into a nightmare mistake, winning the ball and finishing off Vinicius Jr.'s cutback to make it 1-1 on the night. The Bernabeu exploded. The comeback was on. What an error. What a moment. Minutes later, Vinicius had a golden chance to level the aggregate score, but blazed his shot over the bar from close range. The crowd groaned. He had to do better. The commentators cried, but Madrid weren't done. They never are. Moments later, Modric picked up the ball, dancing through PSG shirts like a magician. He slipped it through to Vinicius, who fed it back to the maestro. Then came the pass. Inch perfect. Devastating. Modric slid it through to Benzema, whose shot nicked off Marquinhos and beat Donnarumma. Goal. 77th minute. Benzema again. The Bernabeu shook to its foundations. Incredible. Then came chaos. Pure, beautiful chaos. PSG kicked off again, but within 10 seconds, Marquinhos' clearance fell straight to Benzema. One touch, one strike, one destiny. 3-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. The captain had done it. A 17-minute hat-trick, a moment written in the stars. As Benzema wheeled away in celebration, arms wide, the stadium erupted into a wall of sound. "We gave it everything we had, right until the end," Benzema said after the match, exhausted, smiling, immortalized. That night against PSG, destiny called his name. Once, twice, 3 times. Number 3. Real Madrid 3, Wolfsburg 0 in 2016. It will be a perfect night. That was Cristiano's promise before the Bernabeu lights even flickered on. Wolfsburg arrived in Madrid, holding a comfortable 2-0 lead on aggregate, and the situation looked desperate. But when Real Madrid stare into the abyss, they don't blink. They answer. Down 0-2 under the roaring Madrid sky, Ronaldo stepped up and did what legends do. He turned the tie around all by himself. This wasn't just football, it was defiance, fury, and faith, all rolled into 90 minutes. He didn't just score a hat-trick, he dragged the crest back from the edge. Each goal a roar against doubt, each celebration a reminder of who Real Madrid are. That night wasn't survival, it was a love letter to every Madridista. As the final whistle blew, Ronaldo clutched the match ball and tucked it under his shirt, soaking in the thunderous Bernabeu applause. His 5th Champions League hat-trick, and possibly his greatest. It was genius, it was chaos, it was perfection. This is what happens when Real Madrid need him most. He becomes inevitable. The Fantasy Boys did it again. From the very first whistle, Wolfsburg were trapped deep in their own half. Within 5 minutes, Sergio Ramos' header rattled the bar, and it was clear the storm was coming. An interception from Dante denied Ronaldo a clean run on goal, but you can't stop destiny. In the 16th minute, Dani Carvajal's pass deflected back to him, and he found Ronaldo at the back post for the easiest of tap-ins. The net rippled, and the Bernabeu erupted. Goal. Phenomenal. Beautiful. Something close to genius. There is one favourite now. Barely had Wolfsburg caught their breath before Ronaldo struck again. Just 88 seconds later, Madrid were in a hurry to rewrite fate. From a corner, he darted past his marker and glanced his header past Diego Benaglio. 2-0. Just like that, the tie was level. The Bernabeu lost its mind. A sea of white in absolute delirium. You could feel the stadium vibrating, hearts pounding in unison, as chants of "Si se puede" echoed like thunder. It was written in the stars. Wolfsburg looked stunned but tried to fight back. Keylor Navas had to tip over a swirling shot from Luis Gustavo, while Guilavogui went inches wide. But Real were relentless. The second half began the same way the first ended, Madrid in total control. Ramos hit the post again from a Toni Kroos corner, and you could feel the third goal coming. Then, in the 77th minute, destiny arrived. Luis Gustavo fouled Modric, and up stepped Cristiano. Everyone knew what was coming, but no one could stop it. Ronaldo's free kick ripped through the helpless Wolfsburg wall, a white bullet screaming into the net. Beneglio could only watch. Hat-trick, comeback complete, 3-0 Real Madrid. The Bernabeu exploded. Fans were on their feet, screaming, crying, believing. Ronaldo was everywhere, waving his arms, firing up the crowd, roaring like a man possessed. It wasn't just a goal, it was a moment, the moment that redefined the night, the match, the myth. Wolfsburg were done. Madrid stood firm till the end, securing a place in the semi-finals and keeping the dream of the 11th European crown, La Undécima, alive. Number 2. Real Madrid 4, Atletico Madrid 1 in 2014. The iconic 92-48 goal didn't just make Real Madrid the 10 times UCL champions, it marked the beginning of a European dominance that football will remember forever. Real Madrid ruthlessly completed the mission to become the first club ever to lift the Champions League trophy 10 times, an achievement simply known as La Décima. We are Real Madrid. We fight till the last minute. Hala Madrid. As the game kicked off, Los Blancos came out firing. Relentless attacks, endless chances. Bale, Ronaldo, and Di Maria were throwing everything at Atletico's rock-solid defense. Yet, somehow, the ball refused to go in. Then, against the run of play, disaster struck. In the 36th minute, Iker Casillas misjudged his run out of goal, and Diego Godin looped a header that painfully trickled over the line. Atletico were ahead. Did anyone at that moment believe what was about to come? Fast forward to Lisbon's dying seconds. The clock turned toward 90 minutes, and the dream of La Décima seemed gone. But then came the moment now written in footballing legend, 92-48. Luka Modric whipped in a corner, and Sergio Ramos, flying through the air like a man possessed, smashed home a header past Thibaut Courtois. The stadium exploded in disbelief. The scoreboard read 1-1, the clock said 92-48, and the dream was alive again. Atletico were devastated, their composure shattered. Did you know that Ramos' header is still considered one of the greatest goals in Champions League history? It's the most important goal I've ever scored, Ramos said afterward. And he was right. That header changed everything. The momentum swung, extra time began, and there was only ever going to be one winner. As Atletico's legs faded, Marcelo and Di Maria turned up the pressure. Di Maria was unstoppable. He danced through 3 exhausted defenders, unleashed a trivela strike. Courtois parried it, but Bale bounced on the rebound and headed it home. 2-1. Real Madrid were now in full control. Did you see that run from Di Maria? It was pure magic. From there, Europe's most feared defense crumbled. Atletico tried a desperate 3-4-3, but Real smelled blood. Marcelo surged forward again, dribbling straight through the heart of their defense, and buried the third goal to make it 3-1. Game, set, history. But wait, there were 120 seconds left. Cristiano Ronaldo, quiet for most of the match, drew a foul from Gabi and stepped up for the penalty. Ball one way, Courtois the other. 4-1, 17 goals in a single UCL campaign, a record that still feels superhuman. And that celebration, shirt off, muscles flexed, pure dominance. For Diego Simeone, it was too much, but nothing could take away from what had just happened. Real Madrid had done it. After 12 long years, La Décima was finally theirs. Madrid showed we fight till the last second. Number 1. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 1, 2022. The whistle blows 6 seconds early, and history is written. Real Madrid, against all logic and reason, have done the impossible. They're heading to the Champions League final. The night Madrid broke football logic and pulled off the impossible comeback. 90 minutes had passed, the Bernabeu was silent, Manchester City were in total control. The final was theirs. Pep Guardiola stood on the touchline confident, thinking it was over for Madrid. Everyone did. Madrid's dreams of Paris slipping away. They needed a miracle. And then, from nowhere, a 21-year-old Brazilian stepped into football folklore, turning despair into delirium. Silence turned to chaos. Rodrygo. They saved their most magical act for this night. Carlo Ancelotti made a gamble, bringing Rodrygo on in the 68th minute. But first came heartbreak. In the 73rd, Bernardo Silva sliced through Madrid's midfield, found Mahrez on the night, and bang! The Algerian fired home. 1-0 City. The job was done. Or so they thought. Right? City fans erupted. Madrid fans sank. To survive, Madrid now needed 3 goals. 18 minutes left. Impossible. Or so everyone thought. That's when Pep made his fatal mistake. He took off Riyad Mahrez. He took out Gabriel Jesus, his most dangerous attackers. He took the fight out of his game, thinking victory is destined. He forgot one golden rule: you never relax against Real Madrid. And then, out of nowhere, it all flipped. Camavinga pinged a pass wide to Benzema, who somehow kept it in play and whipped in a cross. Everyone froze, except one man. Rodrygo ghosted into the 6-yard box and stabbed it past Edison. Goal! The Bernabeu erupted. From silence to chaos, from despair to belief, the impossible suddenly had a heartbeat. All City had to do was survive for 6 minutes. Just 6. But destiny had other plans. Just a minute later, Carvajal floated in another cross, and there he was again, Rodrygo. He leapt, hung in the air, and buried his header. The Brazilian can't stop scoring. 2 minutes, 2 touches, 2 goals. From dead and buried to level. Football madness. The Bernabeu was shaking. City's players were in shock. Pep can't believe it. This couldn't be real. But it was. Rodrygo had dragged Madrid back from the edge. He'd forced extra time. City was exhausted, mentally broken, and then came the dagger. 5 minutes into extra time, Benzema was brought down in the box. Penalty. The captain took a deep breath, sent Edison the wrong way, and sealed it. 3-1 Madrid on the night, 6-5 on aggregate. A comeback that made us believe Carlo Ancelotti is not one to be easily written off. The Bernabeu transformed into a festival. Tears, flags, and chaos. The biggest heist in football history. City's dreams were stolen right from their hands as they robbed destiny itself. They prayed for a miracle, and in those final moments, Madrid became the miracle. Because when the world says it's over, Real Madrid explodes. Not yet. That's all for tonight. Tell us which comeback is your favorite. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more epic sports moments.